Ladies and gentlemen, nature lovers, adventurers, and all those who cherish the wonders of the great outdoors. Today, we gather to celebrate not just a place, but an idea, a grand vision of beauty, preservation, and inspiration that has come to symbolize the very essence of the American spirit. That place is Montana, and within its borders lies a national treasure, Glacier National Park, a sanctuary where nature's majesty reigns supreme, and the soul is awakened by the towering peaks, pristine lakes, and ancient forests that define this land. As we reflect on the profound significance of national parks, I want to take you on a journey. Not just a physical journey through the winding trails and breathtaking vistas of Montana's national parks, but a journey of the heart, a journey of appreciation for the incredible gift of wild spaces that have been preserved for us all. These parks stand as a testament to the foresight of those who understood that some places are too beautiful, too precious, and too irreplaceable to be consumed by development, industry, or expansion. They knew that these lands must be protected, not just for our enjoyment, but for the enjoyment of generations yet unborn. A gift of nature, Montana's national parks. Montana, known as the Big Sky Country, is home to two of the most iconic national parks in the United States, Glacier National Park and a portion of Yellowstone National Park. Each offers its own unique experience, its own narrative of the power and beauty of nature. Together, they create a tapestry of wilderness that invites exploration, inspires awe, and reminds us of our connection to the earth. Glacier National Park, often referred to as the crown of the continent, is a world unto itself. Spanning over 1 million acres, this park is a living monument to the grandeur of the natural world. It is a place where the rugged Rocky Mountains pierce the sky, where glaciers slowly shape the land as they have for millennia, and where the air is crisp with the scent of pine and the promise of adventure. To stand at the shores of Lake McDonald, to gaze upon the jagged peaks of the Lewis Range, or to hike along the storied Going to the Sun Road is to experience nature in its purest, most unspoiled form. And then there's Yellowstone, the world's first national park, a place that defies the imagination with its geothermal wonders, vast forests, and abundant wildlife. Though most of Yellowstone lies within Wyoming, Montana is proud to share a portion of this remarkable park. In Yellowstone, you witness the Earth's raw power in the form of Old Faithful and other geysers that erupt with regularity, reminding us that we live on a dynamic, ever-changing planet. These parks are not just land. They are living, breathing ecosystems that harbor some of the most diverse plant and animal life on the planet. They are sanctuaries for grizzly bears, bison, elk, wolves, and countless other species that roam these lands freely, as they have for centuries. These parks are places where the silence of the wilderness speaks louder than words, and where the presence of nature makes us feel small, humble, and deeply connected to something far greater than ourselves. A legacy of preservation. The creation of national parks like those in Montana is one of the greatest legacies of American conservation. It was a radical idea at the time. The notion that land could be set aside, not for profit or exploitation, but for preservation and public enjoyment. This idea was championed by visionaries like John Muir, who saw the intrinsic value of wild places, and by President Theodore Roosevelt, whose bold action helped establish the national park system. The establishment of Glacier National Park in 1910 was a landmark moment in the history of conservation. The land was recognized not only for its stunning beauty, but for its ecological importance. Glaciers, alpine meadows, and deep forests were seen as a treasure that should be protected for the benefit of all Americans. And so, Glacier became part of the national park system, a system that has grown to include more than 400 parks, monuments, and historic sites across the United States. But this legacy of preservation did not come without sacrifice. It required the courage to resist the temptations of development, the foresight to understand that some things are worth protecting, and the determination to ensure that these lands would remain unspoiled for future generations. Today, we are the beneficiaries of that vision. We are the stewards of these incredible landscapes, and it is our responsibility to continue that legacy, to protect these places so that our children and their children can experience the same sense of wonder and awe that we feel when we step into the wilderness. A place for adventure and reflection. Montana's national parks are not just places of natural beauty. They're places of adventure, reflection, and renewal. They offer something for everyone, whether you are a seasoned hiker, a casual observer, or simply someone looking for peace in the presence of nature. For the adventurers among us, these parks are a paradise. Glacier National Park alone boasts over 700 miles of hiking trails, each offering its own unique experience. From the popular Highline Trail, with its sweeping views of the Continental Divide, to the challenging Grinnell Glacier Hike, where you can witness firsthand the dramatic effects of climate change on these ancient glaciers, there is no shortage of opportunities to explore and push your limits. For those who prefer to take in the sights from a different vantage point, the Going to the Sun Road is one of the most scenic drives in the world. This engineering marvel, which winds its way through the heart of Glacier National Park, offers breathtaking views at every turn. It is a road that takes you not just through the mountains, but through time itself, past ancient glaciers, towering waterfalls, and alpine meadows filled with wildflowers. But Montana's national parks are not just for those seeking physical challenge. They are places for reflection, places where the soul can find peace in the stillness of the wilderness. Whether you are watching the sunrise over St. Mary Lake or sitting quietly by a babbling brook in the mini glacier area, these parks provide a space to disconnect from the distractions of modern life and reconnect with something deeper. A call to stewardship. As we enjoy the beauty of these parks, we must also remember that we are their stewards. These lands are not ours to exploit or consume. They are ours to protect. The natural world is fragile, and the ecosystems within these parks are delicate. Climate change, pollution, and human encroachment threaten the very landscapes we hold dear. The glaciers that give Glacier National Park its name are shrinking, and if current trends continue, they may disappear within our lifetimes. The wildlife that depends on these parks for survival is under constant threat from habitat loss and environmental degradation. It is up to us to preserve these places, not just for ourselves, but for future generations. We must take seriously the responsibility of conservation. That means reducing our impact on the environment, supporting policies that protect our parks, and ensuring that future generations understand the importance of wild places. It means recognizing that the natural world is not separate from us. It is a part of us. And just as we depend on the land for our survival, so too does the land depend on us for its protection. A future of hope and possibility. The future of Montana's national parks is filled with hope and possibility. These parks are places of renewal, not just for the environment, but for the human spirit. In a world that often feels chaotic and disconnected, these parks offer a reminder of what truly matters. They remind us that there is still beauty in the world, that there are still places where the earth remains as it was intended to be, wild, untamed, and free. But the future of these parks depends on us. It depends on our willingness to protect them, to advocate for them, and to pass on a love of nature to the next generation. It is up to us to ensure that Glacier National Park, Yellowstone, and all of Montana's wild spaces continue to inspire, educate, and sustain us. So today, I ask you to join me in this mission. Let us celebrate the beauty of Montana's national parks, but let us also commit to their preservation. Let us honor the legacy of those who came before us by ensuring that these parks remain wild and free for those who come after us. Conclusion: the power of nature's majesty. In closing, I want to leave you with this thought. Nature is not a place to visit. It is home. Montana's national parks are more than just places on a map. They are part of our national heritage, part of the fabric of who we are as Americans. They remind us of the power and beauty of the natural world, and they call us to action as stewards of the land. Let us embrace the majesty of these parks, not just as visitors, but as protectors. Let us carry with us the sense of awe and wonder that comes from standing in the shadow of a mountain, from hearing the roar of a waterfall, or from gazing up at a sky full of stars. And let us never forget that these places are not just for us. They are for all who come after us. May the beauty of Montana's national parks continue to inspire us, to fill us with hope, and to remind us of our connection to the earth. Together, we can ensure that these parks remain a sanctuary for all, forever wild, forever free. Thank you.